Practice facility is an amazing new building on our campus, and there's so many people to thank. From Gene Ray to the Suter family to the Morgan family to Jim Thomas and the racer, the so-called racer book, the infamous book in that group, Jimmy Wilder and Benny and Sid Easley and Lindy. But it's a tremendous facility. It enhances recruiting, it enhances our campus, and it helps give us another tool to try to maintain our recruiting at a high level and continue to take the next step towards maintaining and growing as an elite basketball program. So I know a lot of people that envisioned that for a long time, but they didn't do it halfway. They did it first class. You can watch TV in any room in there. They got flat screen TVs everywhere. I mean, it's amazing. Any room has a TV over there. But direct TV, everything was done first class, and very appreciative of it and all the support to make it possible.
What is this is, every week's big for you, but these are the last two home games for your four seniors. You want to go into the conference on positive notes. Just talk about having to balance the emotion with.
Well, six seniors all day, but Thursday night won't be as emotional. Saturday will. Some of these guys I've known for 5 years. Talk to their parents, talk to their grandparents every week, for the last 5 years, and have, they've become a big part of our lives, and I've become, and our program has become a big part of their lives. So even as an assistant, I always got teary-eyed on senior day because you spend so much time with those kids. This class is really a special class to me because I think, when we got Isaiah and Ed here, that kind of really, I thought with the kids we had coming back, I thought we knew we were about to take the step that we needed to as a program, and we did that. And these guys are now the winningest class of all time, Ed, Jordan, and what's the other guy's name, Isaiah, and 105 wins, and hopefully we got 109, 10 or what left in the tank in those guys, but it'll be an emotional night, but it's a special night though, because what those guys have done for our program and done for me individually.
Is it hard to keep those seniors focused on what's going on, or are they even aware that Senior Day's coming up?
Yeah, they know, because there's so many. We've got a ton of people coming. Everybody from Biloxi's coming. Brandon's high school coach is coming. He hadn't seen him play. Ed's family, Latrez's mom, so Stacy's mom, and Jordan's local. But so in my hotels, we got 30 hotel rooms booked. Trying to figure out the ticket situation now to get everybody in there and get them in a decent seat. So they know, and then we got to do so much stuff to get ready for senior night, and we've got 7, including Tim, our manager, Ricky, who saved Ricky's life. We've got 7 guys, so there's a lot that goes into it. So they know. But text with Isaiah, he said, he's not ready to take the jersey off yet. So, hopefully he'll be ready to go for a couple more weeks.
Can you give me a brief quote about Jordan?
He's the infamous of the 3 of the winningest class ever in one of the best basketball programs in the country. Great character. I told all the guys about Jordan, you better get to know him, you better have a relationship with him, because he's going to own a business one day, whether it's Subway. That's it. When we met last year, he told me he wanted to own some Subways. He's got 25 different little side jobs going on. He's everybody's go-to guy when they need something. But tremendous family that has been a big support of our program, and Jordan's going to be extremely successful in life.
How do these last 2 games, the Moorhead game and the Bracket Buster, do you think has boosted you guys? Because it seems like it was 2 different levels.
Yeah, I don't have an explanation for Illinois. I don't, outside of credit those 2 teams. We get everybody's best shot. Everybody's, and that's just life at Murray State, especially with the hype and the success that we've had recently. we just weren't ready to roll. I don't know if we were tired or what it was, but they showed a lot of resiliency, showed a lot of toughness at Moorhead, being up 20, and then you flip it 27 points and then be able to come back. And then it's the South Dakota State game. Every time our team's been through some adversity, or when everybody wants to say, man, what are they going to do now? What are they going to do now? These guys have already responded. So I'm around a great group of guys, a great staff, and it was 2 great games. South Dakota game was a great environment, and I thought the last 15 minutes we finally played like we need to play, scoring off our defense, playing in transition, trying to get the game at a faster pace.
Is there a way that you can dictate that pace at all times? Sometimes that's difficult to do.
It's like pressing teams. If you're not making baskets, you can't get in your press. If we're not getting stops, and we're not getting it out quick and running the floor, we can't play in transition. If guys aren't running the floor, if we're not getting deflections and getting steals, we can't push the tempo. You don't want to just walk it up, especially with a kid like Isaiah, because once you're walking it up, all eyes and the defense is all focused right in on him. He's a lot easier to guard that way.
Tell us about Martin. They've won 4, I think they're 4-3 in their last 7 games, playing their best basketball.
Playing the best they've played all season long. Like you said, won 4 out of 7. Right in the mix. I think a game behind SIUE and Eastern Illinois for that 7-8 spot right there. So JJ has them playing well. They had a good win this weekend in Bracket Buster. And they're going to be coming in here focused because they're playing, for a lot. They're playing for a possible tournament berth. So we're going to have to be locked in and ready. And, yesterday we had a kind of a light day in there and just kind of were loose and relaxed and had some fun. And today and tomorrow we'll get to work on them.
Is there anything specifically you've seen that growth from them in the last 6 weeks since the last time you played them?
The biggest thing, I've watched their last, 3 or 4 games over the last day or two, and, they're playing some different guys in spots. Terrence Smith's a lot healthier now. You can tell he's moving and he's at full speed. He's playing off the ball some, but, playing well. And, I think, the big fella, Taylor, he's a good player. He can score. You got the defend in there against him, and, they try to push it when they can. They try to get up and run, so transition defense is big against them.
Now we've seen good things out of your freshmen last couple games, but is this week a week where you focus on the seniors, or you're just going to keep things?
It'll be status quo. The rotation's not going to change. Trez will start on Saturday. I met with him, and I'll start him on Saturday. But, outside of that, nothing will change. Rotation won't change. And, hopefully CJ and Jeffrey can continue to grow and build momentum. And, it's kind of those 8 guys right now. And if we have to go, to a 4th post, then that's really based on the matchups of the game.
Are you happy with the way the freshmen have developed?
I'm happy. Jeffrey Moss has been great. He's played 28, 29 minutes some games, and he's really stepped up. He's got a great basketball IQ. He can pass. He's got to get stronger for the long term. He's got to get stronger, better defensively, and get his mid-range game together. But that'll all come with individual workouts in the weight room and spring, summer, fall training. CJ, I liked his resiliency because I watched the game at Martin this morning, and he struggled there, and he's come a long way. But the thing they're doing different is they're guarding. CJ's defending. Eric, has been, up and down, all season long. But the tough thing is you're playing behind 3 seniors, and it's hard unless you're just really standing out and being exceptional to sit those seniors down. If you only had 1 senior, it'd be different, or 2 seniors, but you got 3 now that Trez isn't 100%, but Trez is back there, and, you're going to go with those seniors in that situation. And then, Pep and Zay, Zay, I thought at Moorhead offensively did some good things. So he's got a good IQ and a good feel. And Pep is we just got to continue to work with him and get him better.
Maybe it's too early to worry about this, but is there since you were unable to redshirt any of those freshmen this year, is there a chance that next year somebody could sit for the year?
I would hate to do it next year only because they haven't played a lot this year. You know, in a perfect scenario, if not Pep and Zay, at least one of them probably would have been. And if you look at our team, really Pep probably needs it just from, not athletically, because he may be one of our best athletes, but just needs it for just to grow into the college game and understand, because it's so new. But we weren't able to do that because you just didn't know. You know, you had to play him to know. And then Trez was out, and you didn't know, is Trez going to be back in January? Is Trez not going to make it back? So I don't know. That's a tough thing to say, because, you know, next year I want to have 8 guards, 5 bigs. And, you know, we've got 3 bigs coming back. We signed one early, and we want to add one more. So it'd be tough to redshirt one of those guys next year.